this one.
Ready. 8, read.
Let's go. Let's get this ball back for the offense. Let's go.
Here's Jones on 1st and 10. Forced out and he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. A bad start there, a big loss on their first play from scrimmage. It's 2nd down.
It may be cliche, but it is something that holds up over time, doesn't it? If you're the visitors, you don't want to let the crowd in the game early.
Yeah, and that's exactly what they did there. But you said also this defense, they're going to give them a lot of looks like we just saw there, aren't they?
They certainly are. They're a proud unit, and they're going to ride the momentum of this crowd with them, and that's why they got after them early.
Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. The first carry for the former Nittany Lion. This is Saquon Barkley. It'll be a gain of about 5, but they're left with a 3rd and still about 12 to go. And the offensive starters for the New York Giants.
And the play of this offensive line is going to be so important in this game because we saw the sack a minute or so ago. They've got to be able to give their guy time to throw. That means communication and being physical is vital. Otherwise, this could be a long game.
3 and out, a real danger here on their opening drive as they come up on a 3rd and 12. Jones now operating from the gun. Got a man, Slayton. And they work this well upfield across the 45.
That's it, baby.
A pickup of 24 on the 3rd down conversion.
Ready.
Mike, 47. Get him.
Mike. Go.
A 1st down carry for Barkley. Tackle is made by Cameron Jordan.
That's it, baby.
And now a look at the Saints starting defense.
You can say a lot of things about the great play of Kiko Alonso, but the number one thing you will say, he will hit you.
Come on, set. 18, Gator.
In your face.
Shoot.
Jones fakes the give to Barkley. It's complete to Golden Tate. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10.
It's just me and you.
Ready.
After the penalty, they go with Barkley. And they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line. Now that sends them 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down. Now that battle, that was won right up front.
And we're used to seeing those battles right up front, but we're used to seeing a lot of defensive tackles or more run stuffers and just play the spot where they are. How about these dancing bears we see nowadays that win the battle and then go upfield looking for runners?
On the ready.
Check, Mike 54. Mike 54.
Get it.
On 2nd down, here's Barkley. And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. 3rd and 15 here after the 1st and 2nd down plays went in the wrong direction. Now Jones from the gun, he'll throw, and he will take it on in for a giant touchdown. A 16-yard touchdown as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. The underdog here showing no fear. Great opening drive.
Now, we weren't in the locker room for the pregame speech, but I will guarantee you somewhere along the way the head coach said, let's just grab a big stick and smack them with it and let them know we're going to be here today. They may be the team that's supposed to be superior, but we're not backing down to anyone.
And on the road, no less, setting the tone. PAT up and good by Rosas. And that makes the score 7-0. So that drive 7 plays in length. And it was polished off by a Giants touchdown. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And here come the Saints for their opening drive. They're led out by their 6-foot quarterback. You may have heard of him. From Purdue, it's Drew Brees.
And when you think of Drew Brees, you think of production and you think of competitiveness. That guy competes on every snap. Whether he's throwing it, moving around in the pocket, calling plays, you name it, he knows how to rally a team.
So Brees going to lead the Saints up here, 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Shotgun now for Brees. And it's hauled in by Jared Cook. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That's good for 28 yards.
There's a completion to the tight end, and I think that we're looking at something out of central casting, frankly.
Absolutely.
I mean,
size, the hands.
Speed. I mean, can flat out run. You put that whole package together, you light up the eyes of an offensive coordinator, don't you?
So the drive takes him into Giants territory now, 1st and 10 at the 47. Here's Brees to throw. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. Thomas the intended target, but it'll be 2nd down. The wide receivers, often a very, very talented group, and that's the case here.
And they don't mind showcasing it either. Those guys love to be flashy, love to make big plays out in the open field. They will attempt to do so in this game.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. They'll run it for the first time with Alvin Kamara. He only got a couple on that one, so not a ton of help. They'll have a 3rd and 8 forthcoming. And the defense for New York.
In a league where the vast majority of guys play hard on every snap, Marcus Golden stands out for me because I've seen this guy play with so much passion and came out of college as a defensive end. They talked about making him an outside linebacker, but they figured out his strength, putting his hand on the ground, rushing the passer with a lot of force and a lot of will.
And the line to gain here is the 37 on 3rd down. Brees on the draw, gives to Kamara, and he can only manage to get this to the 45-yard line, well short of the first. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave him with a 4th down. Here's Thomas Morstead on now to punt it away on 4th down. And they won't risk defending a return here. That one's out of bounds, and it'll be spotted at the 14-yard line. New York set to take the field. They have to be thrilled with that first drive that got them the touchdown. Now they'll be looking to make it a 2-score advantage here on the road.
And you know they spent all week in practice, in meetings, talking about taking an early advantage. Being the road team, going up a score, that takes the crowd out of the game and puts some doubt in the minds of their opponents.
Jones and the Giants now with a 1st and 10 at their own 14-yard line. They'll start out on the ground. It's Saquon Barkley. And a nice gain there as he'll be taken down just shy of the 20. Demario Davis there on the stop.
All right, Brandon, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports.
On the set.
40 seconds to Mike. Watch the screen. Pass.
Snap.
2nd and 5 now. Jones. He's going to let one fly for Tate. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. Eli Apple, good to the core there as he gets in and knocks it away.
How about this offense? Already feeling good about themselves with a touchdown already in their first drive. They've certainly come out firing, even though that one was incomplete.
With the 7-0 lead, more apt to take a shot like that downfield?
Hey, you're one to the good. Go ahead and try and press your advantage.
Now Jones. They'll set up the screen to Barkley. And they'll blow that one up back at the 16-yard line. A 3-yard loss. 4th down now.
I love the intelligence the defense just showed there. Read their keys, saw the screen developing, ran to it, and smothered it. What a 3rd down stop by them.
Here's Riley Dixon now. Back deep, Deontay Harris. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And a bit of a mistake there. This is well into the end zone for a touchback. Back out onto the field now comes the New Orleans offense. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
So Brees going to lead the Saints up here, 1st and 10 at the 20. Brees now. Pressure from his right, and he goes down hard, flat on his back. Marcus Golden, too much to handle that time, gets the sack. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work.
Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Brees going to throw. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down. And Charles, got to like what this defense has been able to do these last couple of plays.
Yeah, they get the sack on first down, then they force the incomplete pass. Now they're just a play away from getting the football right back, but it's a big play. They've got to hold up.
On 3rd and long, it's Brees. He's going to loft one. He's got a man, complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. They'll get 34 yards there.
And that one hurts defensively. They force him into 3rd and long, had the advantage, yet they give up the big play right there.
Yeah, their offense was already warming up on the sideline, ready to come out. So much for that 3-and-out. The big play has him all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10.
Come on, let's go.
Breeze leaves this one with Kamara. And he's going to take this one down inside the 45. Just what you want on a 1st down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2.
And that's the kind of run that gets everyone excited on offense. And, you know, oftentimes the guys who carry the ball are the ones in the huddle doing the chirping. Right now, I think it's the offensive line telling them, run it again. We are right there about to break a big one.
On 2nd down, Kamara. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a 1st down. Keep the sticks moving.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Breeze now to throw. They'll set up the screen now to Kamara. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
So 2nd in inches after that 1st down completion went just shy of the marker. Throwing now is Breeze. That'll be complete to Cook. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 12 yards there, good for a Saints 1st down.
Yellow lady.
Now a 1st down carry. It's Kamara. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. No gain on the play as we have reached the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes on the clock, 2nd quarter, 7-0 ball game.
Ready? You ready?
A reminder, coming up at halftime, Jonathan Coachman will join us from Orlando with our halftime report. But business to take care of before we get there.
A 2-minute drill before the coaches.
That is caught. Traquan Smith. Touchdown Saints. Traquan Smith there to make the grab as they are now on the board here in the 1st half.
They went 5 wide in that offensive set. And racing, going 3 wide's a big deal. To go 5, how about the way that they finish things off?
Did you just fit a race car reference into the game?
Zoom, zoom. How about the way that you play? When you go 5 wide, that means you're going fast now.
Zoom, zoom indeed. What's good on the extra point, and we are tied at 7. That time, a 9-play drive, and it ends with a touchdown for New Orleans. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And New York set to take the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of 1st downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here.
Ready.
27, Mike 27. And let's pin the mirrors back and go full strength.
Jones on first down. He completes it to Tate. And all the way down to the 26. A big play there for the Giants. 49 yards.
I think it's pretty safe to say that initially they had to be thinking about trying to get into field goal range. But after that shot right there, they've got to be thinking bigger right now.
And that was probably their thought offensively. If we hit this, great, let's go for the end zone. If not, settle for a field goal. Looks like they can try to hit pay dirt. So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. On the draw, this is Barkley. Give him maybe a yard, quite the opposite from the previous big gainer.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stop that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime.
Ready?
On 2nd and 9, Jones. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. Now the Giants will use the second of their 3 timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Second down pass play got him 8 yards. Now they've got a 3rd and a couple remaining. Operating from the gun, Jones. And Ingram hauls it in. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Well, they've had a great, impressive drive going here, and that pickup ensures the drive continues.
And not only do you continue the drive, which is demoralizing for the guys on the defensive side of the ball right now, but you make your own defense happy. They're able to get a little more rest over on the sidelines while this one continues downfield.
Set. 10-2 stop.
From the gun, Jones. This is caught. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. Nice gain of 8 that time, but it's 2nd and goal. Good yardage on 1st down. Now can they punch it in on 2nd and goal? The toss out to Barkley. And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. The Giants going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. The crowd here in the Dome making things difficult. 3rd and goal. Here's Jones operating from the gun to the goal line, but it's incomplete. Aldrich Rosas now to try the Giants field goal. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. And the kick by Rosas is good. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. Now, the drive ends in just 3, but they'll take it. Looks like they'll head to the locker room, barring something unfortunate, in front on the scoreboard.
Yeah, they may not be jumping up and down and celebrating because they have the lead, but still, any little momentum in a game like this is important to a team, and they'll feel real good about going in and regrouping, knowing that they are out in front.
After the field goal, here's Rosas to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. Likely time for just one final play, and then it'll be off to the locker room to talk about how they can erase this deficit.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people look at it and go, well, maybe you take a shot here. Maybe you get some momentum going into the half. What's the flip side of that? You do something crazy, quarterback gets hit, ball comes free, and now you're down an even bigger margin. Go ahead and take this one, go to the locker room, start over.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. A final shot before half for Breeze. Airing it out deep for Smith. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 11. And he will be brought down as time has now run out on this first half of action. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game.
Okay, right, Brandon. Thanks very much. And welcome in, everyone, to this slimmed-down version of the EA Sports Halftime Report. This one's been as good as advertised. Just a field goal separating these two teams, as they've already made their way back out of the locker room. So to bring you the story of the second half, let's get you right back out to Brandon Godden.
Thank you, sir. A field goal separates these two teams as we come back for this second half. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Drew Brees getting ready to go again on offense. And he's had some time to chew on that interception he threw on his last drive back in the first half.
Well, normally we say, want to get him right back out on the field and play again, right? But as you mentioned, had the halftime, had to stew about it a little bit. Maybe he'll have a chance to relax a little and kind of laugh and chuckle and let it go.
He'll hope to respond positively here to start the third quarter. So Brees going to lead the Saints up here, 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Here's Brees. And this is Cook with a grab. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
We'll put that one in the win column for the defense. Trying to contain tight ends in the passing game is so difficult nowadays, but they did in a big way there.
That pass play wound up for negative yardage, so here's 2nd and 11. Now Brees. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Leonard Williams, the former number 6 overall pick, got the sack that time. Well, there was 2nd long, now it's 3rd and even longer. They're going in the wrong direction here.
because they're moving them exactly the way they want to, but you're exactly right. Definitely going in the wrong direction for the offensive guys.
Third and long now after the sack of Breeze, and the Saints up against it here. Off the play fake to Kamara, it's Breeze. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And fourth down now coming up. It's been this way most of the afternoon, hasn't it? This secondary, it really put this receiving core on lockdown.
Listen, they've worked together like a basketball team that's playing excellent defense. Great communication, doesn't matter whether it's man or zone. And especially against deep balls, as we saw there, they're not giving up anything to them.
Here's Thomas Morstead now, standing just outside his own goal line. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket.
Let's go! Let's go! Let's go!
Here's the Giants offense now getting set to start the third quarter. They have the lead here. Well, we talk a lot about pregame speeches. What are halftime speeches like?
For the most part, not nearly as emotional. They're a lot more clinical. Every now and then, though, they'll get after you if they think they need to light a fire. But in this case, let's go into the virtual locker room, because here's what I think happened. They got in there and they said, listen, let's take control right away. Defense, we've got the lead. Defense, don't give up any points. Turn the ball back over to the offense and let them go down and score and give us more of a cushion in the game. Check so far. Defense shut them down. Let's see if the offense gets done.
Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
They'll go to Barkley again. And he'll be upended after a gain of 5, up to the 25-yard line. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Let's see what you got.
Throwing Jones. The tight end, Rhett Ellison, with it. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. First down for the Giants as they pick up 12.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the first. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Jones now. From the gun, he'll throw. He sets to fire deep. And that is caught one-handed. Oh, my, he pulled it in. And he'll be down deep into New Orleans territory. It's a big-time play there for the G-Men. 47 yards. I guess that answers the question of whether or not they're going to try to play conservative and protect this lead in the third quarter.
And I think this is something we're seeing more and more of in the NFL. Teams not playing to protect leads, teams playing to extend them.
So after the big play, look at this, all the way down at the 15 now on 1st and 10. Now Saquon Barkley. He gets it forward for 4, maybe 5, but the flags fly. And this one could be coming back.
Let's go, boy. Let's go.
Come on, set. 18 Gator.
Out of the shotgun, they run with Barkley. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
On 2nd and 15 now. Jones, it's hauled in by Shepard. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down.
Set, ready? 15 line. 15 line. Set, go.
Now Jones from the gun on 3rd down. Completes this again to Shepard. The gain of 5 that time gives him the conversion and makes it 1st and goal.
And that's understanding where the markers are, because it's not just running to them. Because on the catch, you could actually be pushed back before the 1st down. It's getting past it and allowing that opportunity to drift back towards the 1st down line and still having picked it up. Really well run.
Here we go. Set. 60 or.
Let's go, D.
Shoot.
They'll try and run for it with Barkley. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down. To say they've kept him under wraps running the football, that's an understatement. He's been completely neutralized.
Yeah, they've essentially taken him out of the game, haven't they? And you know, all the teams say, we're not going to let him beat us. Well, that's exactly what's happened here. They've lived up to that.
Back at the 5-yard line now, 2nd and goal. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. The line of scrimmage once again the 5 as they get ready for 2nd and goal. 2nd and 5. And he's got it. Only 3 yards there on the completion. That'll lead to a 3rd and goal. They've been so good on 3rd down all day long. Can they convert another here on 3rd and goal? Back to throw. Jones. And that is caught. He's got it for a Giant touchdown. Caden Smith there to make the grab. And the Giants are able to add on to their lead. They have to love seeing that from their young quarterback here in the 4th quarter, able to further that lead with a touchdown pass.
He didn't go turtle, did he? And you know what I mean by that. I had an old coach used to say all the time, hey, when we have a lead late, don't just tuck in and try and ride it out. Go out and play and extend the lead. And that's what he did.
Rosas now to add the PAT. It's good to make it 17-7. A 10-play drive that time. And it was finished off by a touchdown by the New York Giants. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
Ready.
So Bree's going to lead the Saints up here, 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Working from the gun, it's Breeze. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. That was DeAndre Baker that time who was able to break that one up.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now Breeze. Complete. Smith has it. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. The Saints first down there on a gain of 11. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
Breeze now on 1st down. He's going to air one out. This is caught inside the 15. Touchdown, New Orleans. Michael Thomas, 64 yards, as they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game.
No, we're not cheering. No, we're not rooting, but I am excited about this, and I know you are too. We got a ball game again after that big-time strike.
Big-time strike, and you are right. Don't go anywhere yet. This thing's not done. Lutz to try to add the PAT. And this is up and good to make it a 17-14 game. So a 75-yard scoring drive on just 3 plays. And it all culminates in a Saints touchdown. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Giants offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Jones and the Giants now with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. A quick throw. Here's Shepard. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. Second and 6, just inside the 30. Second and 6. Finds his tight end Ingram. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. 10 yards, good for a Giant first down.
Let's go.
Jones now 15 out of 17 through the air, only 2 incompletions. It's first down. He's got his man. This is Tate. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. It'll wind up being a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd and 12. Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on 2nd down. Here we go on 2nd and 12. They'll complete this to Ingram as tight end. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
That was an okay hookup there with his tight end, but unfortunately, they didn't get the kind of yards they had hoped for. That's going to bring up 3rd down.
Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. Jones fakes the give to Barkley. Got a man, Slayton. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. He'll get 15 and a Giants 1st down.
Now that's a big pickup right there, and so often we focus on how the quarterback's faking on play action. How about everyone being in on the deal and picking it up?
2nd, 3rd levels, you could see them trying to recover. They bit. Worked out offensively. Coming up to the line, and they will need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Jones off the play fake. Caught right side, Tate. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup. And that last reception puts him over 150 yards now on the game, Charles.
And now it's not just execution. It's not just performance. It's a mental aspect that's going on. Because right now, he has got the defense so much on their heels, got them looking at each other. Who's going to cover this guy, and what type of coverage can we put out there to try and slow him down?
And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. That one caught by Ellison. And they'll work this down to the 15 for a pickup of 4. So it's Giants football here as we welcome you back. They face a 2nd down, but they are in field goal range. And this is Shepard on the catch. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining. Now, this is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. It's Barkley on the counter. And a pretty nice tackle there, ranging up from his free safety spot as he'll stop him about a yard short. So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. Rosas' kick is good. And they stretch the lead to 6. It's 20-14 now. So they've put together a good little drive there, but ultimately stalling out in the red zone.
Yeah, and I know a lot of people look at it as a little bit of a negative. They didn't get 6 points out of it, right? Didn't get the touchdown. But that's actually okay. They got 3 points, able to give their defense a little bit of rest, let them settle down over there. So all in all, to me, that's a good drive.
After the field goal, here's Rosas to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. So Breeze and the Saints down 20-14. A minute 46 to go. They need a touchdown. A field goal is worthless now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Ready? You ready?
Come on. Man left, man left. Hey, hey, hey. We got three. Three down.
They'll look to throw. This is complete to Michael Thomas. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards.
That gets them the first down, but they've still got to move quickly here.
First down now, but that clock rolling.
29 is Mike. Mike 29.
Now Breeze. That'll be complete to Cook. Touchdown, New Orleans. Jared Cook, 56 yards. As they are now just an extra point away from taking the lead here in the final 2 minutes. Now they can boot it through on the always important extra point, and then their defense has to hold up their end of the bargain.
And there's something that you've pointed out in numerous games that we've worked. Okay, the excitement's going on. Everyone's celebrating over there. Who's calling up the defense to make sure they're focused because they still have some work to do?
Lutz will look to add the extra point. And they have taken the lead here in this 4th quarter. That drive started on their own 25. 2 plays, 75 yards later, into the end zone. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. So now all eyes shift to the Giants, trailing by a point, a minute 13 to play. They've surrendered a double-digit lead but can rescue themselves late as they come up on 1st down.
On the ready.
56. Check 56. Go. Go.
Ready?
He'll look to throw. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down.
Work with me, partner. Take a deep breath because that's what they're doing down the field now. That incompletion allowed them to exhale a little bit. Get in the huddle, kind of scan the crowd, see if any celebrities are here. Relax a little bit as they start this big drive.
On 2nd down, Barkley. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. He'll get 15 and a Giants first down. Probably had 60,000 thinking pass right there, including us in the booth.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That was a big call, big guts on that one. And guess what? That run, it'll pay dividends.
First down now, but the clock continues to move. Back to throw. They'll get this out to Barkley complete. It'll be a 2-yard gain, and that'll make this a 2nd down. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game.
On the double.
47. Check back 47. Watch the slant.
He's back to throw. Gets this out to Saquon Barkley. Now the Giants will use the second of their 3 timeouts as they get it with 26 seconds to go in the football game.
Here we go, here we go. 18 Gators.
Hey, watch the slant. Watch the slant.
Now.
Back to throw. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down.
So another big shot dodged there defensively. Now they're just one more incompletion away from salting away this victory, and I know this feeling. They're almost giddy, but they have to stay focused and locked in. They can make one big mistake and throw it all away.
Now the offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3. On 4th down, Jones. It's caught. Shepard. And he's got the first down before being taken down at the 46. The Giants going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 11 seconds remaining in the ball game.
Here we go, set. 15, Ronnie. 15 line.
Yo, 47 line, 47 line.
Here's Jones throwing on first down. And unable to connect on the long pass. He actually brings it in, but he was out of bounds, incomplete. And that winds up incomplete. And now only 5 ticks on the clock. And likely just one final go at this now. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. A give to Barkley out of the gun. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. You were wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.
So that'll do it for my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. The Saints are winners here as we say so long from New Orleans.